I have some problems with current F1 regulations right now. Neither I'm a fan of a particular driver. I'm just a Formula One fan who has enjoyed racing for past, I don't know, like 12 years actually. And what I'm currently seeing in these current regulations isn't racing to me. Until we were encountering problems relating to having clipping at that a particular turn in Australia, at the back straight just before the hairpin in China. Then again, after 130R, before and after 130R in Japan, it was fine by me. Even it was fine for me even when we were having the problems for getting the boost for these F1 cars when they were had to rev like more than 10,000 RPM just to get enough boost so that cars would be able to set off. I thought that is part of racing. But what we saw on lap 22 of Japanese Grand Prix has crossed the line for me now. So if you don't know what happened is Oliver Bearman had a really bad qualifying and he was chasing Franco Colapinto. And Franco ran out of electrical energy and he was in basically a recharging mode, okay? While at the back, just behind him, Oliver Bearman actually was on the deployment port. Because of this, there was a substantial speed difference. Felt like Franco was stopped in the middle of track, basically. It felt to him. So he reacted in some way and suffered a 50G crash. If you were seeing the race live, he was also limping after the crash actually, and I was really scared for him. But how should I say this? That these rules are now a safety concern actually, because if a car is losing the straight line speed or losing a power because of running out of electrical energy and clipping, the speed difference speed difference of that car compared to a car that is deploying or isn't suffering from the clipping or running out of electrical energy is substantial. In some cases it could be more than like 50 kilometers per hour, 100 kilometers per hour. That is a substantial difference actually. If you have these kinds of speed differences on a regular highway, it is dangerous. Now imagine these kinds of dangers when the cars are traveling at 300 kilometers per hour. That's not acceptable actually. Like these regulations, what should I say? Like these regulations are actually too complicated actually for even me to understand. I rate myself very highly when it comes to algorithms because I'm a data analyst myself. But these rules are way too complicated now, not just for us, even for teams to understand. Like you should have seen the interviews for the drivers actually, like Max Verstappen waving back at Pierre Gasly when he overtook him. Lando Norris actually laughing when he was about to start the race, and just listening to the other comments of other drivers actually how they were dissatisfied with the race. Like everybody was talking about battery management, everything. At first I thought that when people were really pointing this out after Australia, I was like, this battery management thing would be just like tire management. But like what I saw in China and what I saw in Japan, they have made this sport a mockery right now. Because like as soon as like one person overtakes another car, the same car overtakes him back because the other car has run out of electrical energy. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like the overtakes have lost their meaning actually. One of the worst parts that these new rules have introduced for me is the fact that the car which is like just 1 second or 1 second behind another car is able to get some extra juice to deploy, basically a replacement for DRS. What's the point actually? None of us liked the DRS moves actually. Everybody thought that those were very artificial, and none of us liked those. So what was the need for like these regulations to incorporate even worse version of that? Why do we have to rely on artificial techniques to encourage overtaking? That means there is something fundamentally wrong with how we design regulations of these cars. They told us that ground effect cars would solve the problem for overtaking. They got worse by like till last year. They told us that 2017 cars would be really good for racing and everything. They were good until again the dirty air came back. And I thought before this year actually, I thought that the 2014 regulations were one of the worst regulations that F1 introduced. Mainly because we lost the sound, the engines became too complex, everything became associated with fuel saving, also with like component saving and everything. But then like FIA have surprised me again. Like just when I thought that this thing couldn't get any worse, it has got worse actually. I don't know, like, what should I say? In short term, actually, what I would request from FIA is like, just abolish these shit kind of rules, like, oh, you cannot deploy more than this much energy, or you have to deploy minimum this amount of energy. Just give the control back to drivers, take the control back from engineers, and give control back to the drivers. Yeah, like, this is the same organization who didn't allow race engineers to tell their drivers whether if they were pressing right button or wrong button. I remember, like, in 2016 or something, like, Nico Rosberg got penalty because of driver coaching from his engineer. Like, how did we come from that kind of mindset to this? Like, these cars are not being driven by drivers anymore. They are being driven by engineers and software and algorithms. And I'm a kind of person who really like the tech side of Formula One, like the engineering side of Formula One. I was really interested on how these engines were different, how the energy recovery system was working. But when these kinds of system actually starts affecting racing and make it more artificial, I'm not in favor of that. Are you? I don't know. This is sorry guys, like, it was a very different kind of video. I didn't even made any script before recording this. I just came back from the office and just started recording this actually. I don't know, like, I had a lot of thoughts in my mind and just wanted to share it with you. If you share same kind of opinion as me, or even are against my opinion, then do let me know down in the comments below. Let's have a healthy discussion actually on this topic. And I hope someone from FIA or some position of power in Formula One is watching this and realize that not only drivers, even fans like us are not really happy with this. Okay, so yeah, see you soon in a future video. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.